This conference will now be recorded.
All right, guys. Once again, thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for your interest on Amazon Web Services. There are some people I can see that they have joined for today's session, but they might have missed the yesterday's session. Yes, they might have missed the introduction session or the demo session. So, especially for them, I'm going to give a quick recap. Okay, and then in that recap, it will be a conclusion or it will be a summary of the what is prerequisite for Amazon Web Services, and followed by we are going to do the lab setup. Is it that difficult? No. You have your Gmail account and you have your Facebook and you have your LinkedIn. The way how you have created your accounts, the same way we are creating, and that is where your lab will be created. And followed by, there are two big buzzwords. There are two keywords which you need to understand before kickstart learning of your Amazon Web Services. So today agenda is that. Let's go ahead and see that. What is that? The prerequisites for Amazon Web Services. That is the one which you need to understand. And followed by, we are going to discuss about creation of your AWS account. If some of you are already having your AWS account, well and good. If not, let's go ahead and see and understand how to create the AWS account, and followed by there are some kind of a do's and don'ts and tips and tricks, and say there are some advices from my side. Let's discuss over there, and followed by the two big buzzwords. What are they? Let's see. The two prerequisites are, many people are coming to me and they're asking me for a counseling. Do I need a Linux background for Amazon Web Services? Do I need a programming language for Amazon Web Services? But my personal answer, my recommendation is, you just need to understand what is the definition of cloud computing. That is it. Yes. And along with that, you need to know the basic infrastructure knowledge. What is basic infrastructure knowledge? You are using your online banking, you are using your online shopping portal. Are they running on any platform? Yes, they're running on the platform. How they are running? So if you are having this kind of a basic infrastructure knowledge, you are good to kickstart your Amazon Web Services. And followed by, like I said, let's create your AWS account. And then the two big buzzwords, why I'm giving a extra stress on these two keywords or the buzzwords, because everyone is saying my servers are running on the cloud. Nowadays, my mobile contacts are in the cloud and my data is in the cloud. Where is that cloud? Is it somewhere on the air? No. Where are they? That we will be discussing at this section. Yes? Perfect. All set. So, what is cloud computing? Like I said, the two prerequisite for your Amazon Web Services is just to know the definition of your cloud computing, and followed by a basic infrastructure knowledge. There is no programming, there is no scripting until and unless you are using your standard or pre-imaged copy of your scripting. Yes, what is that? We will discuss on that class. Okay, now what is cloud computing? I already given this information on your introduction or demo, but at this point, I just give a one-line sentence. What is that? Instead of storing your data on your server, on your local machine, whenever you start storing in someone's data center and you are accessing that data center through the internet and you are paying as much as you use, which is called a cloud computing. Makes sense, which is means I'm taking on rental. I'm not purchasing. Okay. And then why should I choose this cloud computing? You should choose this cloud computing because of these many reasons. Yes, each and every individual reasons we have discussed in our introduction or demo session. I'm very sure many of you are having your introduction recording. If not, feel free to get in touch. I will be happy to share you. And okay, I am taking the data center on rental basis. Cloud provider is giving me the data center, but how they are providing me? They are providing you as a fully managed services. You need a database, they will provide you a fully managed database. You need a servers, they will provide a fully managed servers. For example, this is the components of your cloud computing. What is that? Infrastructure as a service, security as a service, platform as a service, and equally database as a service, and the storage as a service. So whatever you need before cloud computing, you used to purchase them and you used to keep them in your building, and you start calling them as a data center, and you have to arrange a electricity system, cooling system, data center management, data center team, proximity team, even many more. But right after your cloud computing, no need to purchase anything. Everything you are going to take it on rental basis, and your cloud provider is going to provide you as a fully managed service. Cool? Okay. And now you understand the definition of cloud computing, but what about the basic infrastructure knowledge? That we are going to do it now, right after your account creation. Okay. So today, I don't know how many of you people are already in front of your mission. How many of you people are already in front of your laptop? If you are already in front of your laptop, you can create your AWS account in parallel with me. How to do that AWS account creation? That is very basic, guys. Yes, that is very basic. You have your Gmail account, right? So the way how you have created your Gmail account or LinkedIn or Facebook, in the same way we will be creating our AWS account. Meaning you are just filling your online application. You are just filling your online application. Yes, how to do that? Let's go ahead and choose this URL. What is that? aws.amazon.com. Okay, and you are doing your online shopping. How are you doing your online shopping? You are doing your online shopping by using of the portal amazon.com or maybe amazon.in. But if you want to create your cloud data center, if you want to make your hands dirty in a cloud environment, you have to use a URL that is called aws.amazon.com. Okay. Now, whenever you navigate to this URL, it will ask you to provide your Gmail, but I do not have any, and I'm going to create a brand new account. Yes. Okay. So here you have to provide your valid Gmail account. I'm just giving some random address which I do not have. Okay. And you can provide your account name, whatever you desire. There is no compulse. Yes, I'm just giving the account name as Mahesh, and I'm going to say continue. Before going to say continue, there is a very, very interesting thing. What is that? This is what I want you people to understand. Amazon is saying it is going to give a 12 months of free subscription, which we officially or technically call it as a 12 months of free tier access. Okay. Now, whenever you go to purchase any shopping, they will say 70 to 80% discount sale, but at the bottom conditions apply. In the same way, Amazon is also saying it will be giving you a 12 months of free subscription, but at the bottom there are some conditions. What is that? Let's copy this one and see what Amazon is saying. Amazon is saying Amazon is a platform where you will get lot of services, compute services, network services, security services, IoT, storage, and even many more. But Amazon is saying for your 12 months free subscription, if you just want to run as a free account without any billing, you always use each and every service with these limits. Meaning, if you want to use your EC2, I know you don't know what is EC2. I'm going to make you understand. Please be with me. So EC2 is nothing but a VM. Okay, for this VM, you have to use 750 hours in a month. Okay, 750 hours in a month. In the sense, per day I can do my lab 2 hours, 3 hours, or 5 hours. But even I have enough hours in my hand. Yes, that is what I'm saying. You can use your free tier account twice, thrice, or even many more for your lab practice. Okay, so all in all, what Amazon is saying, there are bunch of service, there are a lot of service. For each and every service there are some limits. You should not cross that limit. If you are crossing that limit, you will just get a bill. Okay, but I have a scenario. What is that? There are some products, there are some kind of applications which is having a free subscription and enterprise or premium. during my free subscription, I do not have a visibility or I do not have access to use the complete package or use the complete availabilities of that product. But what is in Amazon? There is no such boundaries or there is no such limits. You are having unlimited, but always you have to keep it in your mind. If you want to use your EC2, you should use only 750 hours, but if you're crossing that, you will get a bill. But there should not be any issue of stopping you to utilize those services. Okay, but now when you look at this storage, it is having a 5 GB. Every first session, everyone will ask me, hey, this is having only 5 GB. But seriously, guys, Amazon is having a unlimited storage. But during your free tier access, you should use only 5 GB. You should use only 5 GB. If you are crossing that 5 GB, you will get a bill. But nobody is going to stop you to use more than that. Okay, but whenever you are doing your lab, every time I'm going to give a heads up, so no need to worry. And what is the tips and tricks or the do's and don'ts? Each and every lab I'm going to give a heads up. Equally, if you are doing a lab, there will be a tagline or there will be a label for the services whichever is going to be charge you. They will clearly give you information, additional charges applicable. Yes? Okay, so we no need to worry. Cool. So let's go back and create your account. So while you are creating your account, this email is already existed. Let me add one more digit and see. Perfect. So this is one another important step where you need to understand, that is, if you want to create this account, the one which you are creating for your training, for your upskilling or for your test and development, you always use this as a personal account type. Why? I will tell you. And if you want to use this one is for your company, for your customer, for your business, for your operations, then it is always recommended to use this for your professional. Okay, what is the benefit of using professional and personal? The first reason is your billing is different. Yes, the first difference is the billing is different, and the second benefit is the customer support. The AWS support is different from this to that. Okay, so now I'm going to create this account for my training and development. Let me choose this personal and let me provide my details. That is yes, and I'm going to give my country and I'm going to give my details. Yes, yes, and I'm going to accept these terms and conditions and I'm going to say create account and continue. Okay, what is this third step? First step, I have given my Gmail, the valid Gmail account, and the second step, I have given my confirmation. This is for my test and development. This is my personal account. And in the third step, why it is asking this credit card details? I don't want to give. I'm afraid. There is no point of afraid, guys. Yes. So if you are creating this AWS account, and Amazon is generally doing 2 or 3 types of validation checks. 2 or 3 types of validation checks. Why I'm saying or, why I'm not saying and? Because in the first layer of your validation check or your identification check, Amazon is going to do the identification check of your debit card or your credit card details. Okay, so the Indian debit cards are not working. Unfortunately, this is something disappointing. Even I knew that Indian debit cards are not working. But if you look at in any other country, your debit card will work. Okay, so whenever you provide your Indian credit card and outside a debit card or credit card, it will be charge you 2 Indian rupees or maybe $1, and then it will allow you to do the second layer of your identification check. That is telephone verification or maybe your email verification. Okay, that is where many students will get the console of your Amazon Web Services. If not, Amazon will give you another email. Yes, Amazon will give you an email saying that I need your another government ID proof. Why they are asking? Maybe they are suspecting something on your credit card or debit card details. This is what we have seen for the other students. So these three layers you have to pass through, and then you will be inside your Amazon Web Services. I'm not going to give my credit card details. I'm not going to complete this one. Why you are not going to do that? Because I already have two accounts, guys. I don't want any third account or fourth account. Yes? Okay. So what we have discussed so far, that is, I want you people to understand what is the prerequisite for Amazon Web Services. And many people are saying that you need to know that Linux, you need to know the scripting and programming. But what I am saying, you need to know the cloud computing definition. That is it. And you need to know the basic infrastructure knowledge. What is the cloud computing definition? We just discussed. And what is the infrastructure knowledge? We are able to discuss. And then what about my lab setup? One of our batchmate, not in this batch, previous batch, they have texted me and asking, sir, can you give me the configuration details for my laptop to do the lab practice? But what I'm saying, you need a very basic configuration in your laptop, because your complete lab will be in online. Your complete lab will be in Amazon portal, but not in your laptop. So you need a very basic configuration with a very good bandwidth. That is it. Okay. So how to create your AWS account? As same as your Gmail account, guys. You need to select your personal account instead of a professional account for your test and development. And after that, you have to provide your Indian credit card and outside credit card, or a debit card for your first level of identification check, and then your account will be ready. Okay, good. Still, if you have any questions, you just stop somewhere. No problem. You know me. I'm always available. Feel free to get in touch. I will help you to create your AWS account. Okay. Now, what is in my play? That is, this is what I'm just created my AWS account. I'm ready to start my AWS learning. Before kickstart my learning or my training, I want to know there are two big buzzwords. What are they? They are region and availability zone. What is that, guys? Region and availability zone. You have given enough stress on this one. Why are you giving that much of stress? I'm giving that much of stress on these two buzzwords because you need to know where is your server. You need to know where is your data. You need to know where is your own network. What is that? That is, Amazon is giving you a cloud-based infrastructure. But do you know where is that? I don't know. They are in the cloud. But where is that? That is, you need to know the specific location. For that specific location, Amazon has come up with their own terminology. What is that? That is region and availability zone. Region means which is a geographical area, and it is spread across the globe. For example, US, it's a region. Asia, it's a region. Europe, it's a region. Now, where do you want to launch your data center? Maybe I want to launch in a US region. Maybe I want to launch in a Europe region. Maybe I want to launch in a Asia region. So in this way, you are choosing your region. Okay, cool. But this is a geographical area which is virtually spread across. But where is Amazon data center? Because you told me like cloud is not something up, but it is a physically available, but I'm going to connect that one through the internet, and accessible it is accessible even from another extent of the globe. Yes, for that, Amazon has come up with their own terminology that is called availability zone. In short, we can call it as a AZ. In short, we can call it as a AZ, availability zone. Now, what is that? Availability zone is a physical data center which is owning by Amazon Web Services. Okay. Availability zone is a physical data center which is owning by Amazon Web Services, and that data center you will be taking on rental basis. And that data center is your destination where you are launching your servers. Okay. Now, whenever you can see this graphical representation, Amazon Web Services is having a, for example, two regions. But within each region, there are minimum of two or more availability zone. Why? Why can't we run with one availability zone?
we cannot run. Why? Because if you want to establish a high availability, if you want to establish a redundancy, or if you want to ensure your business is as usual, you need a minimum of two. Still, my question, why? Because if there is any disaster, if there is any power failure or any flood or something, your availability zone will become out of the network. But I want my business should be as usual. To make your business should be as usual, you need a minimum of two, so that there will be a automatic failover from one to another, the way how you have configured. So if you can see these three availability zone, they are internally connected. Yes, they are internally connected. Now the question is, why do we need minimum of two or more availability zone? Because of high availability, boss. Because of high availability, we need a minimum of a two or more availability zone. Okay, perfect. Now, Amazon is having that many regions. Amazon is having that many availability zone. I'm keep on saying, but how many regions or how many availability zone you not even disclosed? Let's open that. I want to see that. For that, I just added some URL. Let's click on that URL and see here. Amazon is saying it is having almost 22 existing regions. Out of that 22 existing regions, all of them are functional. But now there are four more regions are announced, but they are not published. And equally, within this 22 regions, we have 69 availability zone. Okay, let's assume minimum of two or more from each region. It is having 69. Makes sense, right? Value. And there is one local zone. There is one local zone. It's a part of your interview, guys. Do you know region? Yes, I know. What is that? Region is a geographical area which is spread across the globe and it is virtually spread. Okay. And what about this local zone? Do you have any idea? Yes. Lo Local zone in the sense there is one local zone where actually there is no region. What do you mean? Yes, there is no region so far. But Amazon is giving you a support. Still, if you want to launch your data center, you have to request your AWS support. They will set up your servers, maybe temporarily or permanently in that local zone. We will discuss even more. I'm sorry. We will discuss even more in our classes. Okay. So whenever you have some time, please go through this URL. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch. Okay, I hope you guys can remember this snapshot which I have added in your introduction and demo session. What is that? As per Gartner's report, Amazon is still the leader. Okay, now let's go back to the presentation and see the next one. What is this? What it is saying? It is saying Amazon is having this many regions. You can see that. Okay. You are showing me from Amazon official document. Why don't you show me from AWS console? I just want to see from there. Don't worry, guys. We are going to jump into the AWS account once you guys are clear with this a clear introduction. Okay. Perfect. Now, time for brainstorming. What we have discussed so far on your day one. I just want to go from very basic to advanced level, and I'm very careful to not to use any technical terms because this batch is a combination of freshers and non-technical guys. I'm very much careful with these kind of batches. Okay, what we have discussed so far. What is availability zone? Availability zone is a physical data center which is owning by Amazon Web Services. And what I am going to own it? I'm going to tell you. Okay, what is the region? Region is a geographical area and each region consists of two or more availability zone. Why? Why can't we run with one availability zone? Because you need a high availability. If there is any disaster or any flood or anything happen to my availability zone, my data has to be safe. My data has to be migrate from one to another. Perfect. Okay. Day one session is going well and I understand Amazon Web Services. And Banu Prakash or someone has asked me, is this Amazon Web Services and DevOps is same? or how we are going to plan. In fact, this is something very basic and many of you are already knew it, but it is my responsibility to unpack it. That is, AWS and DevOps are two different learning tracks, but the job role is one. What is that diplomatic answer? No, it is not diplomatic answer. The company's expectation is you should be having a good hands-on experience on Amazon Web Services and equally DevOps. And the job role is one, but the technical tracks are different. What is that and everything you will be cleared while we are getting into the individual components. Okay, what is VPC? Oh my god, some new service has come into the picture. What is this VPC and what is the difference between VPC and availability zone? Okay, availability zone, I'm cleared in the first question. Availability zone is a physical data center which is owned by Amazon Web Services. But now, what is this VPC? VPC is a cloud-based data center. Okay, the full form of the VPC is a virtual private cloud. It is a cloud-based data center and you are the boss. You are the owner of this VPC. Yes, availability zone is a physical data center which is owned by Amazon Web Services. By using of that physical data center, you are going to launch your own data center and that data center is VPC. It is a cloud-based data center and your servers, your storage and your application and all of your components will be launched on top of this VPC. Makes sense? Interesting. I got something new. Okay. Now, this is where it ends your PowerPoint and all of your following sessions will be only on Amazon dashboard. I'm not going to use any PowerPoint and I'm not going to use any presentation. We will keep our hands only on AWS dashboard. I really I really doesn't like to use these PowerPoints because I don't want any junk in my classes. Perfect. Many of you already knew it. So this is where we end our PowerPoint and let's get into our AWS dashboard. Okay. So before getting to the AWS dashboard, one more time, I just want to give a quick recap whatever we have discussed so far. Guys, if my audio is unclear or if I'm going fast or if you could not able to see my screen, you stop me in middle and don't wait for others to raise their hand. Perfect. So in my day one session, I want to brainstorm it one more time. What is the prerequisite for my Amazon Web Services training? The prerequisite for your Amazon Web Services training is only two. Number one, the definition of your cloud computing, the very basic infrastructure knowledge. Cloud computing definition, he already shown in the PowerPoint, he is wise. And the second one, the basic infrastructure knowledge we are going to discuss now. And the second one, my lab setup. I'm going to order my laptop in online to do the AWS lab. No, not like that. You no need to purchase any laptop. You no need any additional setup. Whatever you have, you are fine. You are good. Now, you need to create your aws.amazon.com and Amazon is so kind. It is giving you a 12 months free subscription and you can play around. You no need anything additionally in your laptop except the good bandwidth of internet. Okay. Before kickstart our learning of Amazon Web Services, there are two big buzzwords that I want you people to understand before logging to the Amazon console. And you have given a very good promotion on this one. Why? Because I want to know where is my server. I want to know where I'm going to practice. I want to know where is my infra. So to do that, you need to know what is region and what is availability zone. Region is a geographical area which is spread across the globe virtually. Now, availability zone. Availability zone is a physical data center which is owned by Amazon Web Services. Whatever you are launching, whatever lab you are doing, whatever production servers you are going to place it, everything will be run on top of this availability zone only. Don't get confused. Whenever you start working on that, each and everything will be self-clarified. But again, the new questions will be erased. No problem. I'm always with you. Cool. Now, like I told you, I already have one or two AWS account. Let me log into any one of them and see how this dashboard looks like. Okay, let me log into my account. And while you are launching your AWS account, if you end up with any kind of questionnaires or any confusions, no worries. You know me, I'm always available. You can ask me, I will help you to create your AWS account. Perfect. So I just logged into my AWS account, guys. The moment whenever you log into your AWS account, in your left top corner, you can see there is an option called services, which means that whatever services are offering by Amazon Web Services, each of them you can see under this screen, this wizard. Okay. Am I going to learn this many services? No, I don't want to do that. Learning one service or learning one application is really difficult these days. And you want me to learn this many? No, guys. These services are combination of many other technical tracks. What are they? Cloud engineering, cloud solution architecting, developing, DevOps, machine learning, robotics, and even many more. Yes, out of this many contents, our main challenge or our main target is, guys, 1 second, guys, somebody is knocking my door. All right, guys, I'm sorry. So, where are we? Yes, we are just discussing and walking through the dashboard of these Amazon Web Services. Like I said, Amazon is having this many services. Out of these many services, we are mainly targeting about the Amazon system operations and equally Amazon solution architect services. What are they? You already have your training contents. Please take a quick walkthrough, and if you have any questions, you can stop me. Okay. By the way, where can I see my regions? Where can I see my availability zone? That you can see from here. What is that? At the moment, I am under Oregon region. At this moment, I am under Oregon region. If you still remember in our introduction session, I have given you a quick heads up that was, if I want to launch my data center in a different region, I no need to fly. I no need to hire a building. I no need to purchase a servers. I no need to place a data center engineers. Being under same location, you can launch it. That is where you can save your total IT cost redundancy. Still, I'm with the same words. If you can see here under region, you have this many regions. I'm under India now. I'm in India, and but still I can access my US West Oregon and I can place my servers. But now I just want to place my servers under London. Yes, I can switch over and I can launch my servers in this region. Okay. By the way, you told me each and every region there will be a minimum of two or more availability zone. Can you also show me that? Yes, of course, I will show you that. Where can I see that? For example, I'm saying, for example, let me click on EC2. What is EC2? Don't worry, we are going to discuss that. But we are targeting to know the availability zone. Okay. I am under London. Under London, I can see I have three availability zone. Okay, good. One is West 2A, 2B, and 2C. Okay. But if I can go to another region, not to Virginia, even in that region, am I going to have same kind of availability zone? No, maybe different. Okay. Whenever you say maybe different, let's go ahead and see. Good. It is having six availability zone. Makes sense. And now let me check in another region. Maybe let me go to Paris. In Paris, how many availability zones are available? So in Paris, I have three availability zones. So all in all, what we have discussed one more time, that is, I just created my AWS account, and after creation of my AWS account, I want to see how this AWS dashboard looks like. Yes, I'm convinced AWS is having this many services, and I'm going to practice on my solution architecting and system operations. In the same way, I want to know where I'm going to do my lab. You can do your lab wherever you want.
If you want to do it in Paris, if you want to do it in North Virginia, Ohio, or Singapore, or wherever you want to do it, you can do it. Okay. Wherever I'm going to do it, is there any price differences? That is a valid point. If you want to do your lab in Ohio, US region, and if you crossed your free tier subscription, there will be charges. I told you, but there is a charges difference from one region to another region. And don't worry, and we will be discussing even more during our cost management session. Okay. Now, this is time for me to open a pictorial representation. What is that? That is something very basic infrastructure knowledge. Equally, whenever I'm going to draw this pictorial representation, it is having numerous advantages. What is that? Number one, you are going to understand what is your first half of your training. I mean to say that first 15 hours training plan. First 15 hours training plan we are going to discuss now. Okay, and along with that, you will also know that how to draw these kind of architectures, because the other day you will be a cloud engineer or you will be a cloud architect, you have to draw the pictorial representation like this. That is the second benefit. And the third benefit, you are going to know that I have these many services. I have these many services, and where I am going to keep the particular service, and what is the interrelation between one service to another service, you will get to know. This is another benefit. And the last benefit is you can able to clear your interviews and equally certification questions by looking at that pictorial representation. Okay. Last but not the least, I have these many services. Mahesh has started his training with the EC2, and he started with the Lambda, and then he started with the EFS. Then I end up with the puzzle. What is the difference between EFS and EC2? I'm in a gray area. I could not able to solve that puzzle. No need to do that. Why? Because as we are going to draw this pictorial representation, this representation I'm going to reopen every day, so that this will be concrete on your mind. Yes, that is my target. Okay, enough introduction. Let's get started with the diagram. Okay, perfect. So guys, if you want to draw any kind of architecture diagram, you can use any sort of tools. Few people use MS Paint, and others use draw.io, and some people use it directly on a PowerPoint, or others use Visio, Microsoft Product, or Cloudcraft. In this way, you have a lot of other tools, but out of this many, even in my real time and equally in my classes, I prefer to use this draw.io because I used to. Perfect. So let's get started with this pictorial representation, which is giving you that many advantages, and I need your attention, guys. Okay, perfect. So first of all, you and me, we are sitting at one location. What is this location? Maybe this location is your home location. Maybe it is your home location, or maybe your office. Yes, we are sitting at your home location, or maybe it is your office. Now, from here, we are going to connect your AWS account. Have you created your AWS account? Yes, boss. I just created my AWS account, and we are clear how to create our AWS account. Still, if you have any questions, you can ask me and you can stop me. Okay, this is my AWS account. This is my AWS account which I just created. This is your day one. Okay, after creation of your AWS account, how are you connecting? Don't ask me that basic questions. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm going to connect my AWS account through the internet. How I'm going to connect my AWS account? Through the internet. Okay, perfect. Now, what is your day one? What are you going to learn on your day one? That is your first lab. Your first lab is your VPC. What is that? That is VPC. VPC is nothing but your cloud based data center, and you are the boss. What is availability zone? Availability zone is nothing but a physical data center which is owning by Amazon Web Services. VPC is nothing but a cloud-based data center and you are owning that. Okay. So now this is your VPC. This is your first lab. Okay. Now within the VPC, what are we going to discuss? Within the VPC, we have a subcomponents like a subnet, route table, internet gateway, NAT gateway, NACLs, security groups, and even many more. Each and everything we are going to discuss from very basic to advanced level. Yes, I'm very much careful about non-technical guys and equally the freshers. I'm very much careful about that, and they are my concern. So I will be going from very basic to advanced level. How to launch your VPC, how to launch your subnet, your internet gateway, NAT gateway, and the purpose of them, and how can I connect them, and even I'm going to draw a individual architecture diagram for that VPC, for that subnet, and everything we are going to discuss through the graphical representation, and parallelly we will be doing that lab in the console, and that will be ending up with the interview questions and answers. What kind of interview questions you may can expect on this particular service, and what kind of certification questions you may can expect on this particular VPC also we will be discussing. Okay, once you launch your VPC, what is my second lab? What service I'm going to pick it up? In fact, if we can realize, I started with the VPC, guys. If we can go to your Amazon dashboard, I pick up that VPC from here. Why you are not yet started from here? Because it is a good move from top to bottom, but I started from here. Why? Because whatever you need to do in Amazon Web Services, first of all, VPC is a prerequisite. What do you mean by that? Meaning you are just reserving your space. You are just creating your own network. You are just creating your dedicated place. On top of this place, you are launching your servers. You are placing your infrastructure. You are placing your storage. So what you understand, the VPC is a prerequisite for your servers. The VPC is a prerequisite for all your future services, some of the future services. Good? Okay, makes sense. Now, within this VPC, what are we going to do? Within this VPC, I am going to launch my EC2 instance. What are you going to launch? Within this VPC, I'm going to launch my EC2 instance. And before that, I want to know what is my region. Where is my VPC? My VPC might be running in a North Virginia. Let's assume I may be launching this VPC in a North Virginia. Inside that North Virginia, I'm going to choose one availability zone. Yes, one availability zone. Within this availability zone, I'm going to do my second lab. What is your second lab? That is your EC2 instance. What is that, guys? That is your EC2 instance. This is your second lab. Okay, by the way, what is this EC2? EC2 is nothing but your VM. The full form of the EC2 is Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, I have seen my physical server, I have seen my virtual machine, and now it is being called as a EC2. Is there any difference on hierarchy? Whenever I refer hierarchy term, hierarchy in the sense the underlying setup on top of that OS, on top of the application. But here there is no difference on hierarchy, guys. Your physical has replaced with the virtual in your virtual infrastructure. Now the virtual has been replaced with your cloud infrastructure in your cloud computing. But on this underlying cloud infrastructure, you are going to install your OS. On top of the OS, you will be launching your application, which means that there is no difference on the hierarchy except your term. Amazon is so obsessed with their naming convention, so it is started with their EC2 instance. Okay, you have your local hard disk in your local machine. My laptop, you mean? Yes, in your laptop you have your local hard disk. In the same way, EC2 should have their own local hard disk. What is that? That is EBS. I think in an introduction or demo session, someone has asked me a question. Do we have any set of storages? Yes, this is one storage. What is that? EBS, Elastic Block Storage. This is one type of your storage
which we are going to use it as a local storage. It is your local volume. What is that? Local hard disk. Okay. EC2 is nothing but your VM. In this VM, you will be having a local hard disk that is called EBS, Elastic Block Storage. Okay. So my second lab is EC2. Okay. What are we going to discuss in detail? That is, you are going to discuss in detail what is EC2 and how can we launch a Windows EC2 and how can we launch a Linux EC2 and what is the difference between both of them, and main thing, while we are launching EC2 there will be a 7 steps. We are going to take a walkthrough of each and every step and we will be taking a deep dive equally. What are the connectivity segments? I'm connecting my Windows machine by using of by using of remote desktop connection. But how can I connect my Windows machine? But where is my ID and password? Where is my ID and password? My laptop, I know my ID and password. This server, I'm going to launch it from the cloud, but where is my ID and password? And how I'm going to connect from my mission to there? And where can I get my IP address? In this way, you will have many questions. Each and everything will be clarified in that section. Yes, along with that, the very basic OS administration also we will be discussing. Very basic OS administration, guys. What is that? The very basic Windows OS administration, the very basic Linux OS administration we will be discussing. Okay, what are we going to discuss during my second lab? During your second lab, you will be understanding how to launch your EC2 instance and how to connect your EC2 instance and what is the difference between connecting or launching your Windows and the Linux EC2 instances, and followed by we will be discussing the very basic the OS administration of your Linux and Windows. Okay, perfect, makes sense. Now your third lab is your auto scaling. What is that? That is your auto scaling. Auto scaling is nothing but a service which is offering by your Amazon Web Services, whereas this service is offering you to make your business as usual. What do you mean by that? Your application is demanding 10 servers. Yes, I will get up and launch. Your application is demanding 20 servers. Of course, I will get up and launch. I will get up even in the midnight and launch. But while you are getting up and while you are launching your server, your application is still giving a performance issues. Are you ready to bear that? No, I'm not ready. Then there is a service called auto scaling, which is going to help you for scale in and the scale out, which means that whenever your application is demanding more servers, your auto scaling will be launching that many servers. Whenever your application is stop demanding that many servers, your auto scaling is going to terminate those servers. There will be a horizontal scaling and there will be a vertical scaling. And I'm just giving an introduction, but we will be taking a deep dive during that section. What are they? There will be internal components like AMI. There will be internal components like a snapshot. There will be internal components like a launch configuration. There is a internal components like auto scaling group. We will be taking a deep dive of each and everything. I'm repeating again. Today we are just discussing what is my plan for the first 15-hour session. So don't worry about the services. And this diagram you will be discussing on every day. This diagram I'm going to unpack on every day. So you will be seeing. So the next service is auto scaling. Okay, this is my third lab. So you guys should understand one thing. What is that? Where you have launched your once again. Yes, where you have launched your VPC. I have launched my VPC within my AWS and I have selected my region as North Virginia. And where you have launched your EC2, I have launched my EC2 inside my VPC. Makes sense. And where you have launched your EC2, I have launched my EC2 inside my availability zone. Okay. And where you have launched your auto scaling, Autoscaling I have launched within VPC, but outside of your EC2. Where is your EC2 running? Your EC2 is running inside your autoscaling. Yes? Okay. So let me increase this one, make it little bigger. Perfect. Now, you are clear about your second lab and you are clear about the third lab. And what is my fourth lab? Your fourth lab is load balancer. What is that? Your fourth lab is load balancer. Under that load balancer, you will be discussing about how many load balancers we have. Yes, under that load balancer, you will be discussing how many load balancers do we have. You have three load balancers, guys. How many load balancers do we have? You have three load balancers, which is offering by Amazon Web Services. Number one is your classic load balancer. Number two is your network load balancer. Number three is your application load balancer. But you know, the classic load balancer is almost shut down now. This is become a previous generation and this is a legacy. And the latest one and still we are using is NLB and ALB, network load balancer and application load balancer. Why this one is shut down and why we are still using these two, and what is the benefit of all these load balancers, and how to launch a load balancer, and where should I keep my load balancer, and how the load balancer will route or reroute the traffic, and everything we will be discussing theoretically, practically, and real-time scenarios. This is very, very, very important, guys. Now you know where I kept this load balancer. I kept this load balancer in between two EC2 instances, and you still focus. The load balancer is in between two availability zone. This is AZ1 and this is AZ2. So I kept the load balancer in between AZ1 and AZ2 because whenever there is any issue on AZ1, whenever there is any issue on availability zone 1, the load balancer will ensure to migrate your application from one availability zone to another availability zone within a same region. Yes, we will be seeing that practically. Perfect. So you are clear about your fourth lab as well. And after that, I'm not adding you in this pictorial representation, but still we are going to discuss about what is a private IP, what is public IP, and what is elastic IP. There are three set of IPs. Which one is chargeable and which one is not chargeable? And what is the individual purpose of that IPs? Where can I use elastic IP and where can I use this public IP? And what is the purpose of this private IP? We will be discussing each and everything. By the way, I just launched my EC2. I just launched my load balancer, and how this EC2 instance will be communicated from here, and how can I give my communication channel, and how can I call my EC2? Shall I call this EC2 as hey? Shall I call this EC2 as some particular name? No, you need to call your EC2 as IP address. But where can I get that IP address? That also we will be discussing. And what is that? That is CIDR that you will be giving to your VPC. Yes, that we will be discussing even more details during our VPC itself. Not here, guys. During your VPC itself, you will be discussing even more details. Okay, good. Now I have almost three labs completed. And what about my fourth lab or fifth lab? That is, I have my EBS. What is that? That is your local hard disk. Okay. How your okay? I'm sorry, Charan. Please go ahead.
Right, Mahesh. The question is VPC mandatory here, or can we place our VMs in Amazon-owned AZ?
Okay. Charan, it's a very good question. In fact, if you want to place your EC2 instances inside your AWS, you need a VPC that is mandate. Be it be your own VPC or be it be Amazon's default VPC. I'm confused again. What is that? I'm going to clarify. That is, you have this many available, you have this many regions, and each and every region Amazon has already created a default VPCs. What is that? Amazon has already created a default VPCs just for your reference. If you are going for any purchase, the laptop or anything, there are some kind of showcase pieces just for your reference to see the model. In the same way, Amazon has given a VPC on each and every region. Now, my short answer for your question is you need a VPC for sure to launch your VM. You need a VPC for sure for your EC2. But be it be your own VPC or be it be a default VPC. I just come to the VPC dashboard and I'm going to click on this region. You can see each and every region there is one VPC, one VPC, one VPC. But in Ireland, two, because my own VPC is running. And in North Virginia, there are two, because one default VPC, which is provided by Amazon for your test and trials, and the second VPC, I am owning it. Now in East Ohio, there are two VPCs. One is owning by Amazon and one is owning by me. Maybe I have given a round robin answer, but I hope this is clear, Charan and everyone.
Yes, it is. Thanks.
Yeah. Now, here, yes. So I'm clear with this one. I'm done with my 4 labs. What about my following lab? Your following lab is you need to know what is my backup solution. I have my I have my EBS, Elastic Block Storage. How can I take a backup of my EBS? For that, you have a backup solution that is called S3. S3, the simple storage service. The full form of the S3 is simple storage service, and this is your backup solution. Guys, where I'm keeping my S3? I'm keeping this S3 outside of your VPC. Why can't I keep it inside your VPC? S3 is a global service. S3 is a global service, and the buckets whichever you are creating, those are regional specific. Don't get confused. I'm going to reopen the topic during that session. But now what I'm saying, S3 is a global based service that you have to keep it inside your AWS account, but that should not be inside your VPC. Okay. So what is S3? S3 is a backup solution. What is EBS? EBS is my local volume. Okay. Now S3 is a very dead cheap, less expensive service where you can do a hourly backup, where you can do a monthly backup, daily backup. But I want to go for quarterly backup or I want to go for yearly backup. Can I do that? Yes, of course you can do that. But as long as I'm keeping my data inside my S3, S3 is already giving me a best price. I'm human. I always go to somebody and ask, can you give me next best price? I always say that. For that, Amazon will come up with their own service that is called Glacier. What is that? This is called Glacier. Glacier is your archival service. What is that? Archival. Meaning, whatever data you are keeping inside your S3, that is your daily, weekly, or monthly. But if you want to store your quarterly, half yearly, or yearly backup as a secondary backup, you just want to keep your archival backup, go to this Glacier. Yes, go to this Glacier, and this is your archival backup. Okay, now let's go ahead and discuss about the difference between EBS is your local volume, S3 is your backup solution, Glacier is your archival. Everything is good, Mahesh. I have a question. What is that? I have seen my NFS, network file system. I have seen my NAS, network attached storage. But can I connect this S3 to my EC2? You cannot. Let me refresh my question and answer. I have my NFS, I have my NAS. Can I use this S3 to connect my EC2? You should not. I changed cannot with should not. What is the difference? Cannot in the sense you are not at all possible to connect. Should not in the sense there is a possibility, but you should not connect. Why are you giving diplomatic answer? Let me clarify that. That is, Amazon is saying S3 is a backup solution. You should use that as a backup solution itself, meaning it's a object based storage. but you should not use this as a file system. You are connecting to VM in the sense you are connecting that as a file system. So you should not use this S3 as a file system. So where is my file system then? I'm not satisfied. I need something to fulfill my file system requirement. For that, Amazon is so kind, it has given a new service that is called EFS, Elastic File System. This is a file system requirement. It is going to fulfill the requirement of your NFS and equally NAS. Now you know where I'm keeping this service, guys. I'm keeping this service inside my VPC. Yes, I'm keeping this service inside my VPC. Okay, so you have shown this many services. Can you just walk through in the dashboard? Definitely. So first of all, we have seen the VPC, which is under your networking and content delivery. And inside your VPC, you have a sub components, subnet, route table, internet gateway, and everything. We will be taking a deep dive of each and every service. Okay. And after that, we started with the EC2. And where is my auto scaling and load balancer? They are inside your EC2, guys. Where can I see that? You can see that in the left pane bottom, you can see the auto scaling and load balancing, and equally you can see the elastic IP and so on, volumes and snapshot. Don't worry, we will be going through each of them even more detail. And following, we will be discussing about the S3, EFS, and Glacier. I hope you guys are clear. So this is the plan for maybe first week. Oh, it's 8:06. I'm sorry, guys, because of this go to meeting, my screen is already covered and I could not notice the timing. I'm so sorry for that. Okay, so let me quickly close it. That is, we just started understanding about what is my first week or maybe second week or maybe the third week, the complete 3 weeks plan. I try to make you understand your first week plan. What is your first week plan? Your first week plan is, first of all, you need to create your AWS account. I already have AWS account, no problem. Let's kickstart doing your technical labs. AWS is completed non-technical, which is a very basic, you know. Okay, now your first technical lab is going to be start from tomorrow. Yes, how to launch your VPC and walking through each and every components, and how do we figure it out, the name resolution and everything we will be discussing. And following, we will be launching our EC2, that is your lab 2. Okay, and following, we will be discussing about your auto scaling. Auto scaling is having some set of your prerequisites, and we will be fulfilling that prerequisite, and then we will be directly jumping into the launch configuration and followed by your auto scaling group. Okay, and then we will be discussing about your load balancer and how many load balancers we have. We'll be discuss about the each and every importance of the load balancer and the differentiation of your load balancer, why this one is a shutdown, and why the NLB is also in a pipeline to shut down, and why we are going only with the ALB, elastic load balancer. We will be discussing. Okay, if I'm going fast, please don't mind, because this is just an introduction. This is just an introduction, guys. There are individual service session, 1 hour will be discussing for each and every component. Okay, and following, we will be jumping directly onto storage group of services. We'll be starting with the S3, Glacier, and EFS, and then we will be ending up with the difference between EBS, S3, and EFS. There are very important points between these three service differentiation. And following, we will be starting with the VPN, that will come over here, and then we will be discussing about IAM, that will come over here. And following, we will be discussing about the database group of services, RDS, DynamoDB, and Redshift. And after that, we will be discussing about your CloudWatch, CloudTrail, and many more. I just want you people to understand your first week plan, maybe the 1.5 week plan. I hope you guys are clear. Now this is time for you people to unmute yourself. You can raise your questions. Maybe you can also use the chat window. I have taken your extra 9 minutes. I'm so sorry I have not focused on the time today. Yes, perfect. Any questions or anything you would like to ask me, or you are good so far? Banu Prakash. Yes, Harish. Sandeep.
Yeah, good so far. Thank you.
Perfect. Yes, Hussein, Shivani, Lakshman.
Good, Mahesh.
Okay, all right. All right, guys. Thank you so much once again for joining, and see you tomorrow, same time.